Welcome to Pop-Up Culture Shop. Today we're going to be watching a sorted food video. I've been watching these guys for like over 2 years, and they've actually got me. They're one of the reasons why I love to cook, believe it or not. Let's go. This is one of the most recent videos. Chef reviews crazy kitchen gadgets, and what the thumbnail was, them trying to make bacon and a bacon weave. Let's jump into it.
Right then, Ebbers, we've got a series of kitchen gadgets that are either going to make you scream in delight or just give you a fright. Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Right, lift the cloche.
Oh, careful.
It's a light one.
Go ahead.
I would have thought a chef would know what these are.
I have never seen these,
Okay. Ooh.
but I think I've seen something similar and I never really understood why they worked. Stickers you put on fresh fruit to extend their shelf life.
Well, Ebbers, here comes the science part. Ebbers, these are the Nanology fruit and veg savers. They double or triple the storage life of fruit, veg and salads just by placing one of the Nanology fruit and veg savers in your fridge, storage boxes or fruit bowls. So the science bit is that fruits, vegetables and salads emit ethylene gas as they ripen, and this harmless gas speeds up the decaying process. That's what causes all of the fruits to go off. So the fruit and veg savers absorb the ethylene gas, and that means that the fruit and veg will go off far slower than if they weren't there.
These can be
Fair
put
enough.
in a fruit bowl, in the fridge, in a cupboard, wherever you want to keep your fruit.
They're organic, they're toxin free, so they're completely safe to keep with your food, and they're going to help it last longer.
How do we try it?
Well, get out.
Bring in the bowls of food.
I see what you've done.
So this time last week, we asked Kush to wrap some cling film or cellophane around 2 bowls of fruit. One of them has a fruit and veg saver disc in it, and the other one doesn't. Should we do some taste testing?
I'm going to be honest, Jay. I think we need to leave it another week because they both look identical.
Another week has passed.
Yeah, there are some differences now.
Excellent.
Okay. Oh, because what I had thought is the little thingy, you put it in, you put it in, and then it wraps it. But no, you wrap it with your traditional paper, and then you put the little packet in there, as if it was one of these, one of these little sandy packs. Can you get it? Like a maraca. Yeah, one of these little sandy packs that they typically pack in equipment and new clothing. Mainly, I like new shoes for the most part. Put these little things just to make sure moisture doesn't get around it. So I'm guessing it's like this. Let me know in the comments down below, because that's what I'm imagining right now. And yes, do not eat this. Not edible. Ladies and gents.
Before we even unwrap, in our non-fruit saver, the banana is sweatier and has a furry tip, but in the fruit saver one, it is a darker colour but has got contact with the cling film that might have affected it. The orange and the grape look sweatier. Over here we have more furry whites. If I had to pick which one still looked fresher, it would be the one without the saver in it.
No, but you said it's furry.
I think it's all going to come down to texture and when you taste it. Oh, that is
Is it right?
that is a ripe fruit bowl. There's a lot of tropical flavour coming out of that.
Interesting. The stuff on top, I'm not worried about. It's the stuff that's
Underneath,
been,
slightly squished a little
peer
bit.
pressure.
Yeah.
This has been at room temperature in this studio for now 14 days, and these blueberries look absolutely fine.
So is the saving tip use cling film? Oh.
Underneath, we have an avocado grape fusion. They have fused together with a furry coat. You ready for my sweaty banana?
Why did he wink at me at the same
I
time?
don't know.
Almost dripping with rottiness and incredibly soft.
Any good for banana bread?
He's
Bananas
going to squeeze it out.
shouldn't do that. Like, that is a very, very soft banana. But to your point, absolutely fine for banana bread. Whereas when we get into our fruit saver one, it smells fresher. Doesn't look fresher, but they smell like there is less.
Ethylene gas.
Yes, exactly that. Little white moulds. Definitely more colour on the bananas. Slightly less sweaty. Feel just as soft. Have more coloration. Slightly different texture. Blueberries, just as good. You know when you get a punnet of soft berries and you're eating them away and one catches you off guard?
Yeah.
Look fine. Taste like they're on the edge. The one with the veg saver is slightly worse in flavour, and some of them just starting to catch that white fluff. This is not what I was hoping for.
No.
The science made so much sense.
Avocado is an interesting one. In the non-fruit savour, little bit of white above the top, still very, very firm.
What?
After 2 weeks in the non-savour. This one, equally a very small amount here, but completely soft. And therefore, I'm confused. Because the one with the fruit and veg savour has not done as good a job. I slightly regret
Feel silly
doing
now,
that.
don't you?
I just slightly regret doing that. I did it for effect, and I got the effect, now I regret this. This, it's absorbed the smell, but it hasn't stopped the rotting.
One of the really surprising things is, this science exists elsewhere. If you buy like a high-end fridge, it will have something to take away the ethylene gas
To make your food last.
to make your food last longer. So the science exists, the science works.
Yes.
Really confused why that didn't.
And I don't think we could have done that much fairer. Same bowl, same fruit, both wrapped up, same conditions. All I learned is to reduce your fresh fruit waste at home, cling film your fruit bowl.
Well, do you want to have a guess at how much the Savour discs are?
I'm going to say they're probably reusable, £4 each. Was it 2 in a bag, £8?
It's $3.99 for 3 discs.
Oh, well, if you want your fruit to rot a bit quicker, that's a bargain.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Good.
Okay.
Do you have a rating and review for us? I'm looking forward to this one.
Based on this experiment alone, and that's all we've got to go on, we do these experiments so you can savour your time. Don't bother.
Oh, wow, what a good
Stars?
start.
1 out of 5.
Okay, Ebbers, on to the next.
this kitchen.
Lift the cloche.
Nice pastel colours, whatever they are.
Did you bring these in from home?
I mean, I know.
No, I don't. They don't used to be anymore.
They look to me
Yeah.
like mini hair straighteners. I got no idea why anyone would want to use these in the kitchen. I've seen people try to cook breakfast in a hotel
yeah.
room by
Yeah.
using like a trouser press.
Your guesses are finished at either bacon cookers or trouser press.
Okay, no. What would you need to hear?
Can I give you a hint? Don't think about the food. Think about what the food comes in.
Ah, okay, so it is good for resealing packagings.
Yes, Ben, this is the mini bag sealer. The sealer can seal a variety of plastic bags, snack bags, foil bags, chip bags, and etc.
And bacon.
What was that?
Chip bag.
I did not hear chip.
Chip bags.
No, that's not what you
I
said.
did.
No,
Definitely said chip
because
bags.
you do need to seal those other ones because you can smell the bin.
Now that makes sense to me, I'm on board.
Want some snacks?
Yeah,
Want to save some snacks for later?
or that.
Oh yeah.
Genuine problem in my life. Sometimes there are flavours of crisps that are sold in bigger bags. When you live alone and you just fancy a few crisps.
You should do the folding trick, surely.
Yeah. I don't understand how this is going to work. That's a
It's tin foil.
tinfoil bag, and tinfoil does not melt. Now try just the thinner layer. So work your way across the top.
Yeah, see, I think that's going to be the right method. I mean, the irony is, you could have eaten the rest of the packet in the time that it's taken to do this.
This has taken a minute so far, Jamie.
And?
So our hair straighteners, or equivalent, took a minute or so to heat up, but then they do indeed crimp and seal a premium bag of chips perfectly. So if you've got big sharing bags that you want to seal up, that works nicely.
Let's have a bar of chocolate next.
Oh, now, I know what you're thinking here. You don't want to seal it too close to the chocolate, because otherwise you're
Exactly.
just going to melt the chocolate. That's how I open all my chocolate bars.
So that's ideal because then you can remove what you need and you're left with another foil package.
Is that right? Is that melting?
I mean, it's definitely sealing, but only by melting onto the...
Right.
Now what you've done is you've had your individually wrapped chocolate bar and what you've done is seal in your other four individually wrapped chocolate bars.
Yes.
Take it back to a shop.
That is what. Yes, thank you back.
There's one missing.
My only concern with resealing chocolate bars is that plastic melts really quickly and doesn't give off particularly very pleasant fumes.
Interestingly, so many bags you now buy already have a reclose function, including this one. You take your portion of chocolate and it has a reseal function on it.
Do your upside down shaky test.
Works.
Every couple of weeks, open a new pack of coffee beans. Don't use them all up. By the time I go back to that packet, they've lost a little bit of their life.
Because there is nothing better than that first opening of coffee beans and that first waft. You never quite get the same again. So, now they're open. I'm going to put a bunch of them into my coffee machine. Knock out excess air. In come the gadge. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Ebba shake test.
Nice bold.
You can't say that they don't work.
That is an example of where I feel like in my life more
Let
useful.
it cook.
Okay.
No matter how hard you try, you couldn't eat all of these. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
Now, when we got these online,
Fun fact, that is my favorite kind of M&M. The one with the wafer crisp in the middle. Favorite M&M. What's your favorite M&M? Down in the comments down below.
they came as a pair. I'm not sure why. But how much do you think we paid for this pair of bag sealers?
£18. £9 each.
I reckon like £7, like around $5. They don't look too expensive.
Came in at £20.
That's probably around 25 bucks.
99.
Not too bad.
With that in mind, are you going to leave a review?
Tacky and laughable at first sight, but you'll want to give them a go to seal the deal. 3.5 stars.
Oh.
Oh, that's better than I thought.
Yeah.
How many times have you rustled round in the drawer of the freezer and pulled out the bag of frozen peas, and if you haven't got the clip on properly, you've peed all over the place, and it's just a pain. This would solve that.
Let's do number 3. Would you like to lift the cloche on number 3?
Oh no!
Bacon
Peeky
Express.
under the
This is the thing I was telling you about, the thumbnail.
cloche, which wasn't quite fitting. I thought, not another toaster. But no, I was saved by the fact that this is the Bacon Express.
Ebbers, welcome to a healthier way to cook bacon to delicious, crispy perfection with the Smart Bacon Express. Trademark. It can cook.
Fun fact, instead of getting all these fancy gadgets, you probably already have a microwave. Hopefully you have a microwave. So all you do is get your regular plate, paper towel, your bacon strips on the paper towel, cover it with another paper towel. So you basically have like a paper towel sandwich with your bacon. Pop it in the microwave for 2 minutes. Boom. Crispy bacon all the time. So good. So I prefer, unless I'm doing pancakes, then I don't like using the bacon fat on the pancake mix.
Cook up to 6 strips of regular or thick cut bacon in just minutes. No need to flip. Simply adjust the illuminated dial timer to your desired cooking preference and allow the unique vertical cooking method to drain away fat and grease for fast, healthy cooking. How do you cook your bacon?
Without the need for another appliance in my very small kitchen, I use the same thing I use for everything else, a baking tray or a pan. Yes, I'm annoyed. Like,
Yes.
who makes this stuff?
Enough of the negativity. Plug it in, preheat it, and we'll get you some bacon.
We've plugged it in. We've burnt off the manufacturing grease, the factor of every new oven and toaster. They always say that.
Grill or
In the
fry?
spirit of fair testing, we've also have 3 different thicknesses of bacon. Which one are we going for?
Or science.
So it says that it works best with store-bought thick cut bacon.
Science.
Now you can do up to 6 slices at the same time. Don't overlap them.
Move it to thick cut crispy. Push the button and wait for it to scream at me 10 times. We have done many kitchen gadget
Man, this face
episodes
is so
previously.
red.
So many of the gadgets are designed to do one thing really well. It probably works, we'll see, but why?
You've already got a toaster.
We've already got... No. You'd have to eat bacon incredibly regularly to justify having this out on your work surface.
Yeah.
Ironically, I'm starting to smell good bacon smells, as in I'm going to have a peek. I don't know if that's going to reset the time.
Come on, help yourself, can you?
I think we're waiting on the timer. We've got to trust.
I know we put in thick cut bacon, and I know we put it to...
Where's the trust?
His anxiety was going
Where's the
off
faith?
the hook there.
Are we ready for
I would
leather?
too. Just out of curiosity. Just for the curiosity.
Who wants bacon like that? The beauty about cooking bacon in a pan is you take the bacon out, the pan is still searingly hot, it goes straight to the sink, quick swill round while it's hot, put it on the draining board, the pan is still hot, so it dries in seconds as well, and then you have your bacon sandwich and you're done. This, you have to wait for it to cool down to pull it apart, then you have to individually clean 3 different fiddly elements, What a waste of everyone's life.
Right, okay, before Ebbers you get carried away, let's try the other end of the spectrum.
Let's do some streaky.
This is terrible.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
It's so overcooked, but not crispy. It's just leathery. Okay, it's preheated.
These are longer.
I see that we'll go all the way over. Yeah.
Do that. Do that.
So what setting have you put it on?
Thin bacon, crispy.
Lovely.
If you're enjoying this, there are some small things you can do that make a big difference to us. Like the video. Subscribe if you aren't. Click the notification bell and select all. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
It's
This is the
beeping.
first time I ever
7
actually
minutes.
asked for any of that.
The best part is the top, where the fat hasn't been able to drip away.
Right.
Yeah, do you know what? Not bad. Like with all bacon, it will crisp up as it cools as well. But I wouldn't say it's crispy. I would say it's cooked. I'd say that is an absolute state. Should we have a look at our drip tray?
Yeah. How much healthier is this bacon now?
You should wait for that to cool down.
Yeah, there are instructions for that bit.
No one's got time to wait for stuff to cool down. Like, genuinely, bacon is a typical morning thing, right? You're trying to tell me that everyone's got time to sit and wait for things to cool down in the morning. This appliance frustrates me because of its complete impracticality.
Ebbers, now you've cooked your bacon, would you like it served on a beautiful dish?
Yes, it might cheer me up.
So this is our Cheats Tamago and Bacon Donburi. It's from our Taste of Japan recipe pack, which you can get on our Psychic app.
Wow.
So in the official recipe, we would say to bake the bacon in an oven for about 10 minutes whilst you carry on cooking everything else. How do you think the Bacon Express has performed in comparison?
Same time, by the time you've preheated it, laid it in, except you're now left with 4 different parts of the appliance to wash up. And I'm not convinced the results are any better. In fact, I'd say possibly worse. What's good is the dish and the plate of food is delicious because it's been tried and tested. I'm not sure this has.
It's brutal. Should we do the cost?
Yeah. How much do you think we paid for the Smart Bacon Express?
I can imagine $40 or 35 quid.
Ebbers, we paid £55.
Well, you got what you wanted from that money. This reaction. That's all you wanted, wasn't it?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to leave an online review?
I bought one of these. I used it once. Would I recommend it? Not until pigs fly. 0.7 out of 5.
Good bit of maths there, well done.
I hope you've got a good one lined
I
up
don't
for
even
the last
get
one.
Sorry myself.
Ready for this, Ebbers?
It can't be any worse than the Bacon Express.
That's the spirit. Lift the cloche.
Oh. It's got a good grip and button for plunging, grinding, milling.
This is
If I had to give a quick guess, hand blender. Basic hand blender. Because it had 2 little cloches. I guess mainly meant for like pesto sauces and stuff. And garlic, onions and stuff. I guess pureeing stuff. Hand blender. I'm sticking with hand blender.
A spice grinder or a coffee grinder.
or all of the above.
You imagine things you want finer than they already come.
You couldn't get any closer. The finer mill and finer pods. The easiest way to grind whole spices of all shapes and sizes.
Damn, so close. But mainly for spices and stuff. Which is still good. Make your all-in-one stuff. I haven't gone that far into the cooking spectrum. I just use the one that comes with little prepackaged salt and pepper shakers.
Fall in love with fresh ground spices again.
You know that on this channel we have been in love with the likes of the mini chopper, and it is great for pastes and pestos and chopping things, but it's not great for spices. It's not really designed for spices.
The finer pods you can fill with a selection of spices of all different shapes and sizes, and you can also use them for storing the spices as well, and just clip in the seasonings that you want for your dish, and then button on top and a nifty little light to help you guide the spice onto your dish.
Okay, so that's a push in, push. Okay. I don't get the light, but I'm intrigued to see how the spices grind. Can I grind, please?
Of course, Evers. Kush has prepared a selection of delicious dishes for you. Some he made up on the spot.
What I love is Kush's application of using leftovers.
Now I'd like you to create a selection of complementary blends.
Okay.
But also, you've got 2 more here.
Oh, what are these?
You've got a thick and a thin one. So that's for like if you've got massive spices. There's one there with a paddle in there to turn it. Oh. And for the finer ones, it helps it push them down a little more. Okay.
Right, I'm going to start with our dumplings. So I've gone for salt and pepper, but Szechuan pepper, sesame, chilli and clove. For our main course, we'll go for more herby stuff. And then let's go max. Whenever we do these things, I'm going in blind. I don't really know what it's doing, and therefore I'm throwing a mixture of stuff in as a bit of a guessing game. Was that the best stuff to put in? The sesame seeds have come out whole, but the chili, the Szechuan peppercorns, they've been nicely ground. What happens when you put this in and turn it upside down and move it around is the spices sort themselves in order of either weight, density or size.
Yeah.
So all that was really grinding was mostly sesame and salt, a little bit of fleck of spice. Now we know what's going to happen. I'm even more worried about this because the bay leaf is definitely going to rise to the top. And the bay leaves are doing absolutely nothing.
He said it!
Yay!
He said it! That's on.
Clip that.
Yeah.
Clip that. The bay leaves are doing absolutely nothing.
Which is a shame.
We all heard it.
Which is a shame because they're usually one of the most
Too late,
game-changing
too late,
ingredients
too
out there.
late.
We got it. We got it.
What's the dish? It looks amazing.
Some nice noodles, some nicely charred veg, and with a salty herby blend. Maybe we're trying to run before we can walk, because what we've done is looked at this and thought that would be a fun way of personalising your own spice blends. But on closer inspection, every photo and instruction suggests just one at a time. So let's just try cocoa nibs on banana.
Ebbers, did you put it on properly?
Oh, evidently not. Thought I did.
Oh, Ebbers, that's a big sigh.
Whole spices typically used in spiced, maybe curries, for example. There's going to be 4 or 5 different whole spices you need. To have to empty your little pot each and every time, because you're not going to store them in there because they're not airtight. So in terms of volatile freshness, you're still going to have to store them in that. You're still going to have to put them into that. You're going to have to tip it out each time. I don't think people can be bothered.
Okay, well, should we move on to price then?
Oh dear.
How much do you reckon that is?
70.
If you're paying more than 30 quid for it,
I'm
I'm not
guessing.
convinced.
So for the finer mill and 2 finer pods, it comes to $49.99.
Damn it. $20 away. 20 quid away.
2 for the price of 1, some would say.
That's a really good point.
How much are these individually?
£13.
For me, these individually are incredibly expensive versions of this, but not as good. Because these don't stack and they're not airtight. Because I get that this is quick release, but no one is affording dozens of these. Here's my thing, I'm not sure it does half of what it claims to do.
Especially when you start living on your own and then you see how much space you have in your kitchen. You, throughout time, you accumulate so much things, and then you realize there's some things that you just don't need. Yeah, and that would definitely be one thing. Like Tupperware is basically like a third of our space, and we're like, no more Tupperware.
Look at how much mess there is. I think it just oversells a promise that it absolutely doesn't deliver on.
So Ebbers, what's your online review? How many stars?
After a brief play, this does a fraction of the things it promises, but it does them well. 2.5 out of 5. And depending whether you read that review forwards or backwards, will change its sentiment.
Right, well, over to you in the comments. Comment down below, let us know, would you buy any of the gadgets? Would you have more of a smile on your face than Ebbers has had today?
Wouldn't be hard.
Wouldn't buy any of those, to be honest. Maybe use my roommate's hairdryer to rewrap potato chip bags. But no, we go in and out of it, so it would just be a waste of time and might end up burning the bag. Overall, enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What video should I react to next? In the comments down below, I'll always put the channel and the original video on there. Give them some love. Alright guys, take it easy.